You're watching Fox News First Early Edition.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It is I-10 and 1604 there that you're looking at. It is nice. Yeah, the commute's good. The weather's good. Spurs won. Brianna's here.
What more can we ask when Brianna's
It's
here?
payday.
Ooh, the best part, shopping time.
And Mother's Day weekend.
Yes, I'm excited to be here, obviously filling in for Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica's on a jet plane somewhere. She mentioned this to an undisclosed location for a long weekend. So we'll find out Monday
Where
when
do
she comes back.
Take a guess. Where do you think she is, Sean?
Oh man, you would never know.
Let's just say
Seriously.
Hawaii. Why not?
Between Venice Beach and New Zealand and all
She's
these.
probably on a private jet too, knowing her. I mean,
She's
Living the life.
safe
have
travels,
fun,
Kelly.
Jessica.
Safe travels.
Yes, all right. Well, no problems if you're going to be traveling, getting out via the airports, the roads. We're looking really good right now with the front that came through. Temperatures are dropping, humidity's dropping. We're down to 65 Lotus, 61 in Hondo behind the front. It was in the 70s just about an hour and a half ago. We're 69 here in town, and we'll drop a little bit more. Had some rain off to the east, but that's disappeared. Now the front's going to continue to drop. We still have the clouds down there to the south, and you know, Beeville, some dense fog. Same for Victoria. That won't last long. And Gonzales is reading a half-mile visibility, but with this drier air coming in behind this front, this fog is not going to be around for much longer. We're going to end up sunny everywhere today. 86 will be the high. I think just about everybody should be sunny by sunrise here, right around 7 o'clock. But 86 will feel a little bit cooler because of the low humidity and the north breeze. I'll show you what the Mother's Day weekend has in store. That'll be here in just a bit.
The Merriam-Webster Dictionary has struck social media gold by trolling President Trump. The dictionary's page reacted to the president's claim that he coined the phrase "prime the pump." Merriam-Webster tweeted that phrase actually dates back to the early 19th century. The president also insisted in a tweet that Russia must be laughing up their sleeves about the outrage surrounding his decision to fire FBI Director James Comey. Merriam-Webster was on it, ready to explain the idiom as to be secretly happy about or amused by something, such as someone else's trouble.
A North Texas man is taking Amazon to court, accusing the online shopping giant of a major breach of privacy.
He says a former Amazon employee leaked his personal and confidential information, including his home address, phone number, and the items he bought. Corey Smith reports.
Just thought it was absolutely crazy.
They say you can tell a lot about a man based on the clothes he wears and the company he keeps. But the things he buys on Amazon?
Can you tell anything about Peter Tanaka's based on his Amazon search history, product history?
Can't tell anything different about me than just a normal guy.
A woman Peter Tanaka was dating last month thought she could, and allegedly enlisted the help of an Amazon employee to do it.
Took my phone number and ran it through their system and was able to pull up a bunch of information about me.
In his lawsuit, Tanaka calls it one of the most incredible breaches of public trust to be committed by a company. Or, in other words,
crazy. I mean, I don't know anybody in any big corporation like that would be willing to risk their job for something like that.
And here's the proof, according to his legal team. This is a screenshot of Tanaka's Amazon account that the former employee Chris Leith allegedly sent to that woman. "I seriously had you stalked on Amazon," one message says.
He's able to access this type of information from his home computer, unsecure networks outside of the Amazon walls.
The breach, he says, has caused personal anguish. But instead of letting this die, he's going public and risking future heartache because he feels it's the right thing to do.
We have to ensure that this never happens again. What happened to me should not happen to any of the millions of customers that shop on Amazon on a daily basis.
That was Corey Smith reporting there. All right, here closer to home, developing right now, a former substitute teacher in Cuero is out on bond, accused of having an improper relationship with 2 high school students. 22-year-old Adrienne Rogers turned herself into the DeWitt County Jail Thursday morning. Court documents show one alleged incident happened on or about October 1st with one male high school student and another alleged incident with another student in April. The superintendent of Cuero ISD went on to say that this case is very different than those he's seen throughout his career because Rogers is in her early 20s and the students are between 17 and 18 years old.
The allegations of this occurred off campus. It didn't have anything to do with any activities or any contact at the school or the school grounds.
Police say the investigation into Rogers is ongoing. She's also been issued a criminal trespass banning her from all Cuero schools and events.
The latest now on the Alamo Master Plan approved yesterday by City Council. Now this morning we're looking into what's happening and what still has to be decided. The most controversial aspect of the Alamo's future is by adding glass walls where the original one stood. Councilman Roberto Trevino says even though the renderings feature the wall, that part of the plan hasn't been decided. City Council also took the first steps toward closing Alamo and Crockett streets. The master plan also calls for delineating the South Gate, which may become the only entrance. And the monument known as the Cenotaph will be moved. The new location has not yet been confirmed.
Well, it's not a done deal. Nothing's a done deal, really.
What's the timeline for the wall? Will we know, when are we going to know if it's going to go up?
You know, I guess I could, it's hard to answer that question knowing that there's still some more work to be done over at the legislature.
Still lots of questions. Trevino said deciding the fate of the wall could happen later this year and construction could begin in mid-2018, and the goal is to have construction substantially completed by 2024, the Alamo's 300th anniversary.
All right, new this morning, the final destination is hopefully a loving home for dozens of dogs who are traveling this morning by plane.
Okay, dog lovers, listen up. Happening this morning, a first-of-its-kind flight is helping save more than 60 dogs in San Antonio from being euthanized. Fox San Antonio's Darlene Dorsey is live at Kelly Field with those details.
Yes, this is the sweetest rescue mission you'll ever see. The dogs are getting on a plane now in their crates. There are 62 dogs that were here with Pets Alive SA, but only a few of them were able to fit inside the plane. Some of them will stay behind for a little bit longer, but this is an operation to make sure that these dogs can find a forever home. Dogs that were rescued from euthanism, and now they will be able to hopefully get to Idaho, which is their destination, and find families. Now, I've been told by San Antonio Pets Alive that we have an overpopulation of strays, and they're trying to rescue as many as they can, and they say this is not the issue in Idaho where these dogs are going, and shelters there should be able to quickly put them with loving families. Now this is Oreo. We're trying to see Oreo right here. Oreo is not going to fit on the plane right now, but Oreo is such a sweet dog, and hopefully Oreo will be finding a home soon. San Antonio Pets Alive relies on volunteers as well as donations to make this kind of operation happen. This is the first time they've flown some animals to another location, and it costs about $150 for each one of these dogs to get on this plane and go to another city. So hopefully they'll be able to find homes, and Pets Alive hopes to be able to continue to provide this type of operation to help find these pets a loving family. Reporting live, Darlene Dorsey, Fox News First.
Oh, goodness.
Good
So that should be a
story
fun
right there.
ride for them, yes.
And hopefully safe, but probably noisy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're on their way here in just a little bit. So thanks to Darlene for all of that. And the weather shouldn't be an issue for that flight here. And it shouldn't be an issue for your commute on the ground this morning. Claudia's going to keep us on time.
Yes, and especially when things look really good. World Car Sky Fox is already up and running, and he's looking closely for those trouble spots, but we're just not finding them, and that's great. So way to kick off a Friday morning, especially after a Spurs win, everyone. So things looking pretty good here. Believe he's somewhere going to be along the lines of 35, but of course we'll confirm that for you and let you know exactly where he's going to be headed to next and what the drive's going to look like this morning. So on the roads, things still going to be pretty nice for everyone. Not really catching any delays anywhere on the map. 42 is the slowest, and that 1604 headed southbound towards Highway 90. So if you're going to JBSA Lackland this morning, should have absolutely no delays if you take 1604 to get over there. Everyone else still doing pretty good. We're going to continue to watch closely for any slowdowns or any trouble on the roads with on-time traffic.
Thank you, Claudia. Okay, coming up next, people stealing your money. Nobody likes that, and it's happening more often than not. We'll tell you how much credit card frauds are up.
And later, what would you do if you were close to dying? This man given a second chance, deciding to see America, but by bike.
Well, that front came through this morning, and big improvements are blowing in behind it. And I'll show you how pleasant today will be and what we're expecting for the Mother's Day weekend coming up.
You're watching Fox News First.
Breaking overnight now, one man is dead, another's recovering after being beaten just north of downtown.
Now police are trying to track down that suspect. Fox San Antonio's Christina De Leon spoke with police and has the details.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Police say this all started when two men actually picked up two women and headed to a motel near the downtown area. It all happened on North Main Street at the Motel 6 next to Lulu's restaurant. Now, police were called out there around 12:20 this morning. They say there are 4 people inside that hotel room were then interrupted by a few men barging into their room. There were signs the room had been ransacked and there had been a struggle inside. One of the men ran after being beaten and was found in an alleyway nearby. He's expected to recover. The second victim appeared to be stabbed in the chest and he died at the scene. Now, the girls were not found. Police are looking to see if the two victims were set up by the girls, but so far no arrests have been made in connection with the case. Reporting live, I'm Cristina De Leon, Fox News First.
Well, we're seeing a nice start to the day. I just saw behind Christina, you can see the hints of a beautiful sunrise with clear skies. A front came through, the dry air's working in. What clouds you're seeing here on the satellite aren't going to last much longer at all. Little speck of a shower there around Cuero, just as the front's coming into the Cuero area, but we're 69 degrees. The north wind's at 13 miles an hour. We're going to be dropping a bit here as well as the skies clear out. I think we'll drop to 67 by 7 o'clock this morning with sunny skies. We'll end up at 86, but the north wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts of 20. That combined with low humidity, that'll make it feel at least 3 degrees cooler. So it's going to be a nice Friday. I'll show you how long the sunny weather and low humidity will stick around for, and if it will stay for Mother's Day. That'll be here in just a few minutes.
According to a report released by creditcards.com today, credit card and debit card fraud alerts are up 15% from 2015. The study found 31% of U.S. adults have received a fraud alert concerning a credit card, while 25% have received one regarding a debit card. Now, of those who've been contacted about potentially fraudulent transactions, only 37% said that all the transactions were legitimate purchases.
General Motors is extending the warranty of thousands of vehicles and cars. This comes after the U.S. government began investigating complaints from owners that the headlights on some vehicles can suddenly go dark. It turns out the headlight module can fail when exposed to engine heat. GM has notified dealers it will guarantee headlight control modules for 12 years or 150,000 miles, whichever comes first. The extended warranty includes 2006 to 2009 cars and SUVs.
Okay. Well, after the break, a Texas woman taking a major corporation to court, accusing them of invading her privacy. We're going to tell you who when we come back.
Plus, the Alamo could be getting a facelift, and some people may not like the new plans. That story when we come back.
All right, World Car Skyfox high above 1604 and I-10 on the northwest side right there. That interchange looks pretty good, and we're going to find out more about what's happening on the ground, too, with Claudia and her on-time traffic in just a few minutes.
Visit foxsanantonio.com and click on the Hometown Experts page. There, you'll find helpful tips and information. You're watching Fox News First Early Edition.
Around the world, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says a tremendous cleanup is ahead for flooded areas of Quebec. Yesterday, he toured the devastated areas. The water is receding from communities like this one, but 173 cities and towns in Quebec were affected. Across the province, 4,000 homes were flooded and 3,000 residents evacuated. About 2,000 Canadian armed forces have been deployed to help the residents rebuild.
U.S.-backed Kurdish forces claim a significant victory in Syria. The fighters, known as Syrian Democratic Forces, say they have captured the country's largest dam in a nearby town from ISIS forces. Now, the town is the last major settlement on the road to Raqqa, 25 miles away. Raqqa is the de facto capital of the militants' so-called caliphate along the Euphrates River.
All right, 6:18 now, time to go back outside, and at least we saw I-10 1604 look good a minute ago, Claudia.
It does look good, and that's where World Car Skyfox is now, above 1604 and I-10, where traffic has picked up, and you'll see a lot more cars on the roads, but not really seeing any delays or congestion, no overnight construction, and we're certainly not tracking any accidents. So just a nice way to start out your Friday morning commute. And so I-10, everything in check, eastbound and westbound, and same for 1604. So that's good, everyone. We're looking really nice. On the map, 39 for the 1604 on that northeast side at 39 miles per hour. So just watch for that. But overall, it's good. Life is good on the roads. So nice time to head out. Of course, that's going to change as we get further along in the morning. We'll be here to track the trouble spots with on-time traffic.
Thank you, Claudia. Okay, Mother's Day plans, any set?
Watch the Spurs game and, of course, celebrate with my wife and mother-in-law.
Okay, an important factor of that, I know we'll be inside watching the Spurs, but what does that Mother's Day forecast look like? Hopefully bright and sunny and a beautiful day, but Sean will tell us in next.
All right, stand by. We'll be right back.
Now, first warning weather. with meteorologist Sean Stevens.
Coming up on 622 here on this Friday morning after a Spurs victory. Clear skies. It's looking, feeling really good here around the area. This is Kerrville, World Car Weather Cam. If you out of Kerrville, you can see the clear skies and the twilight over the hill country. We're looking fantastic. It will feel really nice this morning and today. Now, the clouds are clearing on out of here. You can see the rain associated with that front, but after Gonzales, that rain just disappeared in a hurry. That front just coming through Cuero and just passed through Pleasanton. Will be dropping further south, taking all the clouds along with it, and will clear out over the Gulf, and all the humidity will be disappearing today. And the north winds, they'll be about 15 to 20 miles an hour at the strongest, but that will bring in the low humidity. Down into the 50s in Kerrville, we're 69 here in San Antonio, low 60s for Hondo, Uvalde, Del Rio. I think we'll drop at least a few more degrees here in San Antonio. Pollen count looks great, mold, grass, both light, and I don't anticipate big changes there. Lots of sunshine throughout the day. Today we'll be back up to 74 by 10, 80 at lunchtime. We'll top out at 86, but it will feel like 83 degrees when we're there with that north breeze and the low humidity. And then a cooler evening tonight, low 60s here at the airport, upper 50s in the northern Bexar County, mid to low 50s in the hill country. So we'll have some jacket weather for early Saturday morning, but you can expect that north breeze to continue throughout the day. There we are, 6 this afternoon, as clear as you can get. Should be some nice coastal weather here as we move into the Mother's Day weekend with the lower humidity as well. So Saturday morning starts off clear, just a light breeze. We'll have a light east to northeast breeze Saturday, which will keep the humidity low. Now Sunday, the southerly winds will start to kick back in Mother's Day here in the afternoon. That will return the Gulf moisture, not enough to make the high of 90 on Mother's Day feel any warmer. Mother's Day will be the warmest day of the forecast, but we'll feel like 90. Now today and tomorrow we'll feel, today 3 degrees cooler, 1 or 2 degrees cooler tomorrow with the lower humidity, and it's still a nice start Mother's Day, and it's still not too bad Monday at 66 degrees. By Monday afternoon, that 89 will feel like 91 with the humidity, and we'll start to see a few clouds come back in Monday, and we'll wake up to some low clouds and some drizzle Tuesday morning, slight chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, a little better chance of some afternoon storms after we'll see very likely fog and drizzle Wednesday, Thursday morning with those lows back into the low to mid 70s Wednesday, Thursday morning. And it looks as if that same scenario is going to be holding into Friday of next week.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. We are on Facebook Live right now, so we'd love to hear from you, and we'll continue the conversation while we do our work here. So maybe this sounds a little morbid, but here's a question. What would you do if you knew you were this close to dying, but then you were given literally another lease on life? Well, one Colorado man set out to see America by bicycle all the way from California to Virginia.
With the woman who saved his life not far behind. And by the way, he's 73 years young. Aaliyah Hodges has this story.
The Lord gave me life again, so now I can praise Him every day for being alive. And
Jerry Lane here says that he has a second chance at life after nearly losing his own in 2015. He was struck by lightning while cutting trees in Colorado. His wife, Cora Jean, saved his life by giving him CPR. Since then, Jerry has chosen to see the country at bike speed on Highway 60, starting in Santa Monica all the way to Virginia Beach.
I basically followed that through all the cities and read up on the history and met the people and experienced the cultures and went to the churches, and it's been a great retirement hobby.
Jerry says he rides up to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week.
That's all my rear end and hands will take.
Accompanied by his wife on 4 wheels, the two say that they've been through places like the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Mojave Desert. However, Jerry mentions that he doesn't ride in the rain, but it's not because he's afraid of lightning.
Well, I have rain gear, but it's very uncomfortable, and especially on heavily traveled highways, the spray from passing vehicles, visibility problems, it's dangerous.
Jerry says that this trip has been a 2-year experience he'll never forget.
I have basically seen all of America, and I'm sort of sad it's over.
Wow, Leah Hodges reporting there.
That was so sweet. I don't even think I could bike to work.
No,
biking across America.
I probably couldn't. But then again, I mean, you have a new lease on life like that that kind of changes his perspective, and maybe you can do things that you didn't think you could do before. Yes. So good for him. 73 years young. All right, 6:26 right now, and more to come here. A substitute teacher in our area having an inappropriate relationship allegedly with 2 of her students.
And why the superintendent is saying he has never seen a case like this before in his career. We'll have all that coming up.
Back outside we go as the sun's coming up over the San Antonio area here, and this is World Car Skyfox giving you this bird's eye view of one of the interchanges here. Claudia is going to tell us more about this again and keep you on time with the traffic here in just a little bit.